Hey everyone, I'm Royal.
I'm Vanessa.
And this is Exposed. Okay, we're back in, girl, we're double jording today. Okay.
We got our jorts on.
I'm just gonna hop into what I'm wearing first. I have these like Mary Magdalene, Virgin Mary jorts from this brand called, from this brand called Ghetto Dreams. I literally got them, oh my God, probably 2 years ago. And I literally feel like I just started wearing them. I like wasn't a big jorts person before, but then it's the summer now and I'm like, okay, I actually want to use these.
Yeah.
And then the top is just rag and bone. I think I got it from like Essence. And then I have these nice sambas. These are sambas, if you can believe. And then of course these Stance Peanuts collab. Like
Obsessed.
These socks. And that's kind of it. Girl, tell us what you're wearing.
Got the jorts back on. I learned from the last podcast, like I gotta be basically naked to be out here because it was so
it's hot.
I saw after the break, like my hair had just melted off of me, and I was like, there's no amount of like got to be glue that can like save me.
No. Well, that's when you do what the Gorilla Glue.
The Gorilla
lady
Glue.
did.
Yeah. That's actually what she was doing. She was just filming a podcast in the hot heat. And then my shirt is from Shop 86. It's like a vintage store. I don't remember the brand. Bra, Agent Provocateur.
Oh.
And the shoes.
Very cute.
You guys get foot pics for free today. Super cute. They're from The Real. And they're just like, ooh, hold on, not showing my bare foot. They got little kitten heels, adorbs. And I have gotten them resold like 50 times, but super cute.
Shout out.
Yeah, and then belts for my mom. Loves you. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, okay, so...
Listen, I went to Charli. I went to Charli XCX. I have to talk about that first.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Go nuts.
It was so fun. Shout out Vanessa. She let me borrow her expensive Prada glasses because they literally killed the look. You know, honestly, I will put a photo. It was like quiet. It was a chill dress. It was like this CDLP, I think is the brand. And it's actually like really long. It's like floor length. But what I did was I just literally bunched that shit up and then put a belt over it.
Yes, she's styling, not wearing or whatever.
Yes. And honestly, and of course, Vanessa was like, I gave you, if you saw those skinny cigarettes we had last episode, she was like, you have to take photos in those. And I was like, okay.
And was I wrong? The creative direction fucking
No,
ate.
and they literally looked great. I was like, God, I don't even smoke these, but literally it looked so good.
I loved that. Like, just got a video like late at night, and then Royal's just like lighting up her cigarettes outside because she forgot to bring them there, but that's okay.
I was on my my fire escape. So I risked tetanus for you, okay?
for the photo, you gotta insert those, but that's great. I'm so glad.
But it was so fun. We kind of had seats that were like all the way on the side, so we couldn't see the screen, which kind of sucked. But like, girl, the music. She didn't bring anybody out.
I know. I was so shocked.
I was like, she's going to bring out Lorde. She's going to bring out Addison Rae. Everybody, nobody. Which, I don't know. Maybe it's because it was the day before the Met Gala. And so everybody's busy doing stuff. But nonetheless, she played. I was so sad because I thought we weren't getting Vroom Vroom.
Really?
And I was,
good.
We were at the end of the, oh my God. You know, the concert.
There you go.
Whatever that thing we went to was. We were at the end of the concert, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, she's probably going to play some, super famous song for, like I Love It or something. For the encore.
That's what she did when I went.
She played like 5 songs for the encore, like 5 or 6 songs.
Amazing.
Literally vroom vroom. And then I freak out and I turn to Zoe. Of course, Zoe, shout out Zoe. Who was there with me?
For the seats.
Yeah, and Henry for the seats. I literally turned to Zoe and I was like, oh my fucking God. Like I'm screaming at her and then literally screaming the lyrics as loud as I could. But she played it was so great. Like I was so happy that I was able to go and just see Brat tour, bitch.
I went last year and she didn't bring anyone out for us, but the day before was the Madison Square Garden one where Addison Rae and Lorde were there, and I was like devastated. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to see a great concert.
Oh my God.
It's like, what more can...
Well, and there were like there were famous people who were there attending. Nicole Kidman was there, which I just felt her presence right as I went to the Barclays Center.
Botox. Like, she heard she's coming to fight you.
Yeah. No, her, Dua Peep was there.
We love.
JT from the City Girls, which I was like, oh my fucking God, I wish I could have met her. She was there too. And it was just such a great fun time. And literally, also, we got the window open again. We got the window open. If you can.
Oh, I feel like it'll be. Oh. I think it's only the dog barking. It's like what people can hear, but. Sorry.
But literally, like, again, such a great time, and glad I got to see it. Also, when we were leaving, because famously the Barclays Center is just the worst to leave after a concert, we got a $20 Uber before the surge prices happened, because, like, Zoe calls the Uber, because she tells me it's $2, and I was like, girl, get that right now. And then we're checking the Uber prices. After she called it went up to $70. And I was like,
oh shit,
I'm so happy. Like, literally.
Oh my gosh. Well,
yeah,
that's awesome.
It was such a good time, and I've said that 9 times. It was such a great time. Charli XCX is like a good performer. I know that sounds crazy. Okay, also the other thing that happened was I was in Soho, and I literally walk past Jaden Smith doing a fit check. And I go and I walk past him. I was like, oh, that was Jaden Smith. And I hear the guy who's videoing him go, okay, what's the fit? Tell me your fit. And I put that in my head, and I'm like, damn,
you have
wait.
to look that up later.
Yeah, is this guy about to post this that I'm going to be in the background of this video? And I was. Was it for half a second? Sure. But, like, I thought it was so funny.
Here we go. We're going right to the top.
No, literally. People are going to watch that.
Exposure that we need.
Yeah. In 10 years, people are going to be like, oh my God, did you see Royals in the back of that random video?
Like we don't even know who this guy is in the front.
Yeah, Jaden Smith.
Guy, move over so we can see more of Royal.
My stands, the exposed stands. But I thought that was funny.
That was great. I remember, like, you sent me that video, and you're like, I'm in the back of this for like 1 second, but I was on the subway when you sent me that, so it wouldn't like load, and so now I forgot to go back and look. Now I'm hearing of it, exposing myself. Yeah.
Fake friend.
Okay, what I have been up to, basically just getting drinks every day after work. Hashtag alcoholism. No. The weather's just so nice. It's like I am forced to get a cider.
I think I waste my day if I don't go out.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like I'm not allowed to do anything but like go outside. So
get that dopamine or that vitamin D.
Literally every single day I've gone out, gotten like a cider or a martini, and gotten a slice of pizza with Max, and it's been like so lovely. Like the vibes
are just immaculate.
The vibes are immaculate, and like honestly, I don't know what it is, but something about being outside just really makes me like content, and my life is like fulfilled.
It's so nice. It's so great.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the park after this, which we did last week, and we fully got catcalled like on our way over.
When?
I was wearing these like little Juicy Couture shorts, and before we left, Roy was like, "Are you sure you want to wear those?"
Get out of here! What?
And I was like, what? And then she's like, "Oh, those are kind of short." And I was like, "Damn, okay."
Bad journalism, bad news reporting. That did not happen.
You did say that.
Did not
and
happen.
Then I was like, "They're not that short." And then we go out.
What? Wait, no, I was not being serious.
No, I know you were joking.
Oh my God! Okay.
Okay, sorry. Let me insert that. Obviously. Roy was joking.
No, for a second I was like, oh my God, wait, did you think I was serious?
No, but I was like, oh, they're not really that short. And then we went out, and I did get catcalled. Both of us got catcalled.
You're right.
And I was like, are they really that short that like people are like yelling at me out of the street?
It does not matter what you're wearing.
No, it doesn't.
Not matter.
But I was just like, oh damn, you show a little leg, and all of a sudden it's time to get screamed at.
They just couldn't handle all that. Like,
literally this summer, out, it's just like, all right, time to get screamed at by men. Love that.
The only great time is, when it's like a woman or something being like, oh my God, I love your shirt.
Yeah, or you look like the Venus,
Yeah.
which I've never gone.
Oh, yeah, bitch, yeah.
Okay, what else? I honestly have just really been rotting and resting. I came back from Spain and like work has just been so busy and like there's just so much to catch up on. So I've just been like needing rest so bad.
I understand that.
Yeah, like this whole weekend I just enjoyed peace and tranquility and like it was so good. I have watched a new season of Real Housewives Atlanta. Oh, okay. So entertaining. Okay. I was like giggling my ass off. Highly recommend that.
I feel that I like went out on Friday with some friends and literally it was funny because we go out and then everyone kind of dispersed. So it was me and my friend Noah and we literally just like hung out in the East Village until like 2 a.m. just like chilling, sitting on a stoop, which is always great vibes. If I'm being honest, like when the weather's perfect and you're not like, oh my God, I'm freezing sitting on this stoop. And then, I got home at like probably 3 about. And it was just, the next day I actually slept in. I have this thing where if I sleep in past like 10:30, I'm like, I've literally wasted my whole day. Like I wasted my whole weekend, these like precious hours. No, but I slept in until like 11:30 and I was like, this is amazing. And then we literally just went to the park, like me and Zoe went to the park and chilled and it was like I'm like, this is my immaculate life.
I feel like you're an introvert or extrovert, so you will get like energy from other people.
Yeah,
I am not that way. Like I need alone time. And like this whole weekend I was going out like every day over the week, so like getting to just rest and like chill at home was so nice.
See, I feel like I do, to refute what you're saying, because you don't know me, me.
Yeah, no, actually this is the first time we've met.
I feel like I do get energy from being out with people, but also sometimes I will go out despite me being super tired because I know I will enjoy that more. Yeah. Because I do get it. I will need like my, I just need to be alone. But at the same time, if someone asks me to do something, I will absolutely go do it.
Yeah, like, you will. I feel like
I'm a yes woman.
You're a yes woman. I feel like I have this thing where if I didn't live with Max, I could live alone and no one would see me for like years. Like it would be so bad. So I like forcibly need to have interactions all the time. But yesterday I was gardening in my backyard for 10 hours.
You love.
It was so I was just like high on life, like touching dirt.
That's what I grew up doing, like my dad would make me help in his like big farm on my grandpa's farm, his big garden, and there's just something about it.
No, like we moved into this place like 3 years ago and we saw there was a garden in the back, but like garden is a very loose term. It was like filled with crap, piss bottles, like awful. It literally it just like looked horrible, and I would work from home and look out the window and be like, oh my gosh, it looks sad out there. So we don't even have access outside. Like there's no like door from our apartment outside. We have to go like through the basement, or how I used to do it, because the basement's really like creepy. I would jump out the window.
Oh my god.
And I started guerrilla gardening and I loved it. Like it was so nice. Great. Yeah, it's taken like 3 years, but we've like cleaned it up. Yesterday we spent 3 hours just taking all of it. Like there's just a big pile of like basically debris and trash, and we took it all out, and now we're gonna put seating out there so we can like this summer's gonna be lit. We're gonna have margaritas,
yes
little smoke sesh. We're gonna have a great time. I'm so 100%. Excited.
I'll bring my camp chair.
Well, you just need outdoor like time. Like sometimes I don't want to just go to the bar every day, so I'm like, maybe I need to go put some outside seating in my little area.
I feel that way, where it's just like, girl, let me be outside. Like I just need just that outside air, which it's so, I think the older I get, I'm like, no, I need to dedicate time to this, which I
Yeah.
do, like, literally so much this week. I've just been working from the city at like coffee shops and stuff. And then like on my lunch break, I'll go to just like Washington Square Park or just some park and just chill and just like not even be on my phone. This is crazy. Not being on your phone and touching grass. Like,
I mean, it's just like the only way to like fight being depressed, because like everyone I know works fucking 3 jobs, is in debt, is like working their ass off, like, and you need to find like small periods of time to actually enjoy your life.
absolutely.
Like, that's like the one thing I'm trying to like put into my life is like not work through my entire lunch break and like go outside, like maybe perhaps get some sunlight. Like, isn't that a crazy like thing that I have to even like work on? It's like, why can't I just enjoy more outdoor space? I don't know.
It's so indicative of our culture and just like, I don't know, sometimes I really do feel like, oh my God, I'm not doing something right now. Like, I'm wasting my time. But I'm like, no, I just want to go to the park and just literally it makes me happy to be in the trees and be around all this beautifulness. Like, just, it's so great. And yeah, it makes me so happy. So
I'm like no longer on the grind. Like, get me out of the grind. I want to frolic.
Unless it's MF.
And it's MF. No, but still, like, it's just good to like stop grinding, you know?
Completely.
Like, and you're right. Like, I do start thinking and like getting mad at myself and being like, oh my God, you need to go like do this and like whatever.
You know what the nice like balance between that is? You work outside.
Yeah.
You work outside. Like, listen, guys, call me crazy, but the outdoor seating at a coffee shop, I know it's hard. I know, oh my God, my laptop screen is like super dim when I do that. Well, what the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay? It's just words on a screen. Go outside while you're working. It just feels so nice.
Yeah.
I don't do it all the time.
Be bad at your job.
Exactly. Yeah. I was out in the city and literally Pink Pantheress, because her new album's out. Go listen to it. It's literally been on repeat, and like, you don't know how much I love this album. It's so great. She's such an amazing producer. Anyways, she posts like an address in the Lower East Side and then deletes the story like 15 minutes later. So I'm like, I gotta go. I was at a coffee shop and I was like, let me take an early lunch. You're like
9:30. Let's go.
Yeah, right. But I go, and it's like a pop-up, and I think she was there. I'm standing in the line for maybe like 5 minutes. The sun was beaten down. I was wearing jeans. Girl, I just left. I was like...
Fake fan.
I'd been to one of her pop-ups before. Obviously, last episode, I wore one of a shirt that I got at her pop-up. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to stand in these lines. I don't want to stand in this line and just have to literally probably be ultra sweaty with my like boot cut jeans and like heels that I have on right now. But I don't know, maybe in another life, maybe if I was wearing shorts, I feel like
You could have met her if you were wearing shorts.
Yeah. But that was, actually, I can't even say if it was fun or not because I didn't go. I was in the line for half a second, then I was like, I'm okay. I don't need to do this.
I'm huge into rage quitting. Like, if you,
Yeah,
if you put me in a line or anything slightly difficult, I'm like, I'm good. Actually, it's not worth it to me.
That's why I don't play video games. Like, when I was younger, I'd play video games more, and I literally was like, I'm not good at it. No, I can't do this. Like,
yeah. No, we were at this thrift store, Roll and I, and it just, like, took too long for... I was going to try some clothes on, and it took way too long, and I was like, nah, I'm good. The more I look at it, the less I want it.
Literally me, you're like, this isn't worth it. I mean, you're standing in line for a long time, and you're like, I don't even like this that much.
I'm like, what am I doing? I start rationalizing, thinking too much. I'm like, nah, it's fine.
Exactly.
All right, should we get into Met Gala?
Met Gala.
So, Royal and I... We tried to film a whole episode like while it was like streaming, and like it was
after work.
It was a flop.
We were both hungry, and like
it was the most stressful experience of my life. So
it was. I literally felt like shit before I even came to I even came here.
Yeah.
And in my brain I was like, oh, I don't even know if this is gonna be good. But like you just see it through. You kind of just see it through.
Yeah, got to see it through immediately after. We're like, so do we
We're like filming for probably like 2 hours, and in my head, we were just like bouncing around, and I was like, this is gonna be so much to edit. We want to have a fast turnaround time. And Vanessa just starts being like, do we even? And I'm like, no, we're going to scrap it. Let's scrap it.
I mean, it was just like, whatever. Long story short, we're just going to give you our summary here. But,
exactly.
Forgive us. We tried, and it flopped Tina a little bit. So
whatever,
that's fine.
You know, we can admit that, okay? Unlike other people, we're humble, and we know when we F up, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's give you our best and worst dressed.
Ego Nwodim and Teyana Taylor, they were like the presenters for Vogue.
So stunning.
I love Ego on SNL. Like, I think she always is so funny. She's honestly one of my favorite cast members. And they've just both had such beautiful things. Here's Ego. This was what her thing looked like. We'll put it up. We'll put up pictures here. And then here was Teyana.
I loved her shoes from Marc Jacobs.
Oh my God. She like set
the tone.
Oh my God. So beautiful. Just all the different red accents. And yeah, her shoes.
So good.
That whole look.
The cape, the pinstripe suit, everything was so stunning. And Ego's hair, too. Yes. That was so good. This Met Gala, the hair was, like, such a just overall. Simone Biles' hair, that was, like, my favorite hair look.
There's this funny clip of the both of them interviewing Anne Hathaway, and they literally both shade her so bad. They both go... They, like, look her up and down.
They literally... Like, they said so much without saying anything.
But also... Anne was kind of saying some like BS about the whole like category and everything in the theme this time. There were a lot of the white people who I was like really like Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
Her vêtements.
I was going to say like this.
We'll show it. We'll show the picture.
The theme was obviously super fine tailoring, but like the dress code was tailored for you. So
it was Go Girl Give Us Nothing.
Yeah. Like Heidi Klum gives out more energy and effort for her Halloween costumes.
Literally, I'm
like,
girl.
But let's go say some nice things about some good looks
but
first.
Also, I'm disappointed in Vetements. Vetements, okay. Because I'm like, you guys really couldn't have done more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I was just like, come on. Anyways, yeah, let's say some positive things. Thom Browne killed. Oh my God, and all their looks.
Such a good look.
So beautiful.
And I felt like Thom Browne was going to be the designer for this category. Like
they had Janelle Monae. They had other people.
Yes.
Other people.
One of my favorite looks was Doechii's in Louis Vuitton. She looked so beautiful, and I loved the jorts. Like they're not jorts. They're just like mid thigh, like slacks,
types.
But it was so good. It was so great. Powerful. The hair
like on her cheek.
Like a cigar.
Yes.
So stunning. And I love the color coordination in the like bow here, and then her shoes.
I liked Future's look too. I thought Future's look was really interesting, like this kind of gray suit. We'll put it up, obviously. Of course, everything's gonna be put up.
Spike Lee had me dying laughing. Yes. Like the picture of him, he's so awkwardly standing there.
You're so Spike Lee. Like honestly, you know who had awkward standing? Justice Smith.
Oh, I didn't think I saw it.
Yeah, it was like this kind of slick back hair look, which I liked the look, but literally on the red carpet, just like looking kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is an uncomfortable experience if like you're, I don't know, it's a huge carpet moment. Burberry was also another one that did a great job. Yes, Angela Bassett, they did Zendaya, which LOL, someone like completely copied Zendaya's look.
I know there's a video of La Roche seeing that.
Yes, I watched
an interview
that.
And going like, oh.
Glad we got here first.
Yeah, he's like, she's wearing the same thing as Zendaya.
Who wore it better? Like, so funny. La Roche was the guest for Burberry, so a lot of people that they dressed also came in Burberry, which was cool.
Jodie Turner-Smith, which was this, like, super beautiful, like, red leather, like, I enjoyed so many looks from this.
Yeah.
There were some
Let's finish our best ones before we start hating. I loved Laura. I don't know how to say her last name. Laura Harrier. In Gap Studio.
Yeah.
This was honestly my favorite look of the night. It was so beautiful. The wide leg pants, the flowy arms. Yeah, so pretty.
I do love the flowy and just these like super big pants. I do enjoy that one too.
Janelle Monae and Thom Browne. This was also a killer one. She has done such a good job in every single Met Gala. Like, she's the person to stand out. So, super stunning. I loved it.
Great.
Yeah.
Dead air. Uh-oh.
Well, also Coleman Domingo and Lewis Hamilton, obviously their chair, and A$AP Rocky, all the co-chairs killed.
Oh my god.
Did a wonderful job. Zoe's Saldana and Thom Browne, another one of my favorites, honestly. So gorgeous.
It was a great Met Gala.
Yeah.
So many people did great things.
Cardi B and Burberry. Diana Ross.
Oh my god.
And like Mosey.
Diana Ross with her huge, just giant train behind her and like all of her kids and grandkids' names on there. I think last time she came was like 06 or something.
That look like reminded me so much of the Rihanna yellow Met Gala by Guillaume Pied. And I thought it was by him at first, and then I'm glad it wasn't, but not for any reason I don't like him, but I was just like, oh, I feel like she should have used like a black designer, and Ugo Mosey is a black designer, and I'm glad that we got to see like so many amazing new designers that probably wouldn't have been able to be showcased without this theme. So that was super cool. I was like, so, and at first Royal and I were watching it and we were like, who is that? Because like the hat was covering her face, and then it was like a reveal.
It's like, oh my god, Diana. I'm so glad we saw her here. We saw her at the Grammys, and it just, I love her. Telephone by Diana Ross. If you haven't heard it, that's a media rec for today. Such like an 80s, just such a good song. Great song.
Okay, I have now horrible looks. Here we go. I have to say, Sabrina Carpenter, I am so annoyed why they did not give her pants.
Pharrell said.
I know. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, Pharrell, but like I so do not agree with this. Like just because she's short. Yeah. I don't like this is like that drag race moment where they're like, I don't want to see any more fucking bodysuits on the runway, okay? It was just like it doesn't look good. She's at a red carpet. Stop like showing all. It's not a swimsuit thing.
I was saying this to you when we were doing the defunct Met Gala episode. That's lost. It's lost footage now.
It will never see the light of day.
But I was just like, I'm not the biggest fan of her like how she always does that. She does these like, bodysuits or whatever. And I'm just not the biggest fan. Sabrina Carpenter fans, don't come after me, but it's not my thing.
I just think they're like making someone wear like really short, like basically a swimsuit bottom or underwear to show off the leg length. Like in those photos, you cannot tell how short they are.
No, like there's no reference.
Yeah, Lady Gaga doesn't walk around in just like a bodysuit, even though she's tiny. Like you could have given her some really flared out pants, made her look good.
Right.
Like I don't know, she can wear big shoes. There's no reason for that. Like that's not the method to make someone look taller. Is just to like put her in a bodysuit. It's like, oh no, she's too short. You gotta put her in underwear. Like,
I agree.
No, it doesn't look good.
I'm like, they could have done so much stuff.
Yeah, that was Floptina for me. Heidi Klum sucked.
Amelia Gray.
And the Valentino do-rag.
And also just whatever was going on the bottom, like, it just was giving like, what's going on here?
Yeah, Valentino did not do well this.
I know, I was disappointed. I was like, guys, what's happening? But also, I'm sorry, all these fashion brands, obviously stuff could have been worse, it could have been like super duper just crazy things, but I still was a little disappointed, you know?
All the comments under the Amelia Gray like Instagram posts were like, we knew there was gonna be one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, this is so upsetting. Like, you're a supermodel. Like, what are you doing? You look horrible.
Karlie Kloss gave us nothing. there was someone else. I think, was Hailey Bieber there? I'm sorry.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
The blonde white ladies.
They
white ladies.
did not. They just showed up, and I feel like they should have been turned away at the door.
Yeah.
So many white people did horrible.
Charli did a great job. I really like Charli. Alex Consani, didn't like as much.
Yeah, she was in Swarovski. I think it was like 4 supermodels that did it. All of their outfits were like lame, but I do think it's because obviously Swarovski's not really a fashion brand.
No, Anak Yai, is that her last name? I really liked hers. I think she was so Thom Browne too.
Yeah,
which they're just corset like ugh.
She looked so good. I will say, for white people, Pamela Anderson looked so pretty.
She was beautiful, and she was giving us this like
Bushwick bang.
But to me, it was also giving Zendaya with the red hair, you know. But of course, the Bushwick bang.
She looked beautiful. I really love this no makeup look that she's been doing at the red carpets, and that. I actually am like blanking on what designer she was wearing, but Burberry? No, whatever. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah, we'll put it up. You'll see her, and we'll put up who she was wearing.
She looked really beautiful. So I think like that's how you look good, man. Just don't like completely disregard the theme if it's not like something that I don't know. I just feel like people should not be invited back if they give us nothing. Like. I'm sorry. You lost.
I agree.
Whatever.
I agree. But so I think we should take a pause here and then kind of go into maybe the ending. We'll close out Met Gala and then go just into I have some rants and we have some more pop culture stuff. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we actually were back 5 minutes ago. I just wasn't recording audio. So just,
bear with us.
Us.
We're like saying this for the second time now and trying to still be funny.
Yeah, it was only 5 minutes. But okay.
All of my best jokes were in there.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna finish out Met Gala. So do you want to finish that out?
Yes. Okay, so Lewis Hamilton, which I don't remember when I called this, but I had like talked about how a few years ago he at the Met Gala had bought like a table, which if you don't know, Met Gala is a business. It's meant to raise money for charity, or not charity. It's like to pay for the Costume Institute of the Met. Don't know if it's really considered a charity, but it's an arts.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Lewis Hamilton, he purchased a table a few years ago because most of these houses or most of the designers that are like really able to show are people that like or houses that buy these tables that are worth per seat it's $75,000 and I think the table is like $350K or something exuberant that no small designer can afford or would do. So he bought his own table and invited a bunch of young Black designers to showcase their looks and just got a lot of like, really was trying to help kind of show that kind of look. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm repeating this for the second time. So I'm like saying my words.
You're good.
But I was wondering if he would do that again because now he's a co-chair and I'm like, this is such an important theme. Why would you not? And so he did do something similar. I'm just reading here, by the way. He purchased a table to honor the legacy of Black women's influence on Black aesthetics and invited a group of esteemed group of Black women in the arts and entertainment space. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. Lauryn Hill, Regina King, Jordan Castile, Ming Smith, Adrienne Warren, Danielle Dadwaller, and Rakita Jones. So all dressed in amazing looks and very cool that he got to do that.
We love when there's like someone who's rich and they're like actually getting small designers because I feel like people say this. I know they're like, this is important. We need to be lifting up the voices of XYZ and XYZ. And then they don't do anything with it. I'm like, no, you're taking small designers and putting them on arguably like the biggest fashion, like
pedestal.
Yeah, pedestal and stage. that all the world is looking at.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this will like, this will make a marginal difference in these people's lives and in their, in their designs and stuff. So it's really great to see that. Love Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, because like for most of the Met Gala history, it's only these like European houses that can actually afford these tables.
Very big walled garden and, hard to get in.
Exactly. And like as someone, Lewis Hamilton, who he is the one and only Black driver. And honestly, mostly they're like rich white guys, because how do you get into that kind of sport?
Legitimately.
He got into it because his dad was a custodian for one of the car companies.
Wow.
And so like he was able to, have that legacy. And so he obviously faces that struggle and was able to like see where he could help. And I think that's really cool.
That's great. Oh, wait, the other insane thing that happened, girl, Megan Thee Stallion had her phone out and was like, literally, who was it? Was it like Doechii and then also Angel Reese at the table?
Yes.
And she literally videoed them trying all the food, and I was like, Megan, girl, you're gonna get like blacklisted.
No,
for this.
she's great. They can't. Right. That's like blacklisting Rihanna,
It was so funny though. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this.
She's too big to get blacklisted.
100%.
But I love that, because we're always wondering like, what do they actually do there? Yeah. So I'm glad we get to see. And everyone takes those like smoking pics in the bathroom.
Of course.
But yeah, that was very funny.
Okay, there's this whole thing with the real IDs. You saw the real IDs with it's like, if you want to actually travel in the US, you have to get this specific ID that has a star on it. And they've been trying to get people to adopt it for literally like over 10 years. And they're like, this is the deadline for sure. We're going to turn people away if you don't have your passport or if you have a real ID. Which, first of all, I think is ridiculous, because I
got it from the government. Like, how could it not be a real ID?
And it costs money to go and do this. And I'm like, that's like effing over all the people who literally can't. This is like a tax on poor people. And then they're like, actually, never mind. We're actually going to like push this again for literally like the 12th year to 2027. And I feel like if that's not indicative of the government and just like pushing problems farther away, I just thought it was so dumb. And I'm like, you probably saw a bunch of stuff over it with the internet being like, you have to get it. Well, bitch, you don't gotta get it, okay?
I do need to renew my license, though, because that shit expires in like 2 months.
God.
These DMV lines, especially in the city, are insane. And to get an appointment takes forever. So we'll see. Will I be able to have my real ID or a ID in general? We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. Girl, hop the turnstile. There was this
allegedly.
We don't condone it though. We don't. And hop it in Minecraft. That's what people say.
I'm condoning, but if you get in trouble, don't get mad at me. Yeah. But there was this, those people that like have to stand outside and like watch to see for like people who hop.
No, me spilling the water everywhere.
Oop, crickets. There's like people that stand there and it's like their job to see if you hop. They're literally, one of those people like made a TikTok, and she was like saying how they literally are not there to do or enforce anything.
They don't have any power.
Yeah, they're just meant to intimidate, and that shit kind of works. But she was like, yeah, we don't make any money. We just like, they do get paid, but obviously not a lot. They just stand there. They don't have the radio frequencies that police do. They cannot write you a ticket.
Just a deterrent.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you get in trouble, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's not on us.
Not on us, but now that I know that information, we'll see. I'll let you guys know.
I'm hopping to Grand Central. Okay, I'm going to be like, I'll be fine here.
Yeah, no, jump with, a brain. Yeah. If you're in a really crowded one where there are police and stuff, I would not do
Allegedly, which I feel like isn't the right word, but...
Yeah,
This is not legal advice. Don't take our word for it.
Yeah, we are all talking. This is actually about Minecraft.
Joke.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Which we both play.
Yeah. I got it on my computer, though I turned it on twice, maybe.
Okay.
Girl, we got a Chicago Pope. We
Midwest
got an American
girly.
Pope. We're not even Catholic. Literally.
No, I don't know why we're celebrating.
Never have cared about the Catholic Church up until ever. And honestly, they're a horrible institution that has been behind a lot of abuse, and I
was telling Royal before this, I was like, oh my God, I hope that, like, is there a possibility that this Pope voted for Trump? Kamala Pope!
Exactly. That man has said, I don't like JD Vance, I don't like Trump, and guess what? He just, I think he had his first, like, address to whatever. He called for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Let's go. Good. There we go.
Isn't that so easy to say? Isn't that so easy to be like, guys, Israel is like literally genociding these people. But we love that. And like, apparently he's good on stuff, though. Apparently when he was there was abuse brought to him from a priest. He like ignored it. But listen, this is the Catholic Church, and I guess you got to pick and choose because... Yeah.
The bar is low.
The bar is low, but Chicago Pope.
As a Midwest girlie myself, I'm obsessed. We love to see it. I had seen this TikTok that they were like talking to his brother. They were interviewing the news, and they said that like they were like, oh, how does he prepare? And he's like, oh, well, we play Wordle every day together. And I was asking him if he had seen Conclave to know what he's supposed to do, and he said he had just finished watching it.
That is so funny.
I like to giggle at that.
We love that.
I saw this other one that was like this kid was talking to his mom, and they were like, oh my God, breaking news, like our mom's situationship just got, or ex-situationship just got elected Pope, which I find so funny.
That is so crazy. And that's so like American Pope.
Imagine.
So American Pope.
I'm like giggling at that, but yeah, that's all we have to say about the Pope, really.
Legitimately. Will I care after this? Zero.
No.
Zero.
I'm just here for the Pope memes.
Pope Leo. Hope you do good stuff, dude. I think it's a funny name. Mm-hmm. And we're both Leos, so like it's really good. Anyways.
Yeah, everything's about the MF brand, so shout out Chai Pope.
Okay. Royal Rants. Royal Rants time. That's what it's time for. All of these dumb like little trinket stores. I feel like they popped up in like the 2010s where you go in and it's like, here's this cute stationery that says like, I have a dream, and it's got some like millennial core like design language that's like, it's all flat and it's all like, you know what I'm talking about. You go to these stores and they all sell the same exact things.
It's the like squiggly candle gentrification stores.
Yes.
And those pop up in your neighborhood, like your rent's going up.
And they're like, they have like signs that have like script, and it's like, come in for the wine, leave when we're annoyed, or some dumb like millennial core thing. And I'm sorry, it's just everywhere. And they all sell the exact same things, okay? You go in and it's just like, here's this fun bracelet that says like, fuck you on it. And like, that's supposed to be edgy. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of over that. Like those were for the 2010s. The millennials had the 2010s. Like, it's very BuzzFeed core. Yeah. You know, where I'm sorry, there would be a listicle that it's like the 10 coolest new stores popping up in Brooklyn. And it's all these stores. It's only these stores.
It's like horrifying. Like, I once was at a group project in college, and I went to like one of the girls' place, and she had like a live, breathe, like whatever thing in her apartment. It was all decorated like that, and I was like, well, like, not that I was any better in my little like crappy apartment in East Village, but like. I mean, not even East Village. I was like Lower East Side at the very like Avenue C, like scary.
But they also, it's like you'll go in and there'll be a hoodie that just says New York City in like some script, you know, thing. And I'm just like, girl, it's done. Will I go in there and look around? Sure. I'll go in and look around, and then I'll be there for 5 minutes and be like, I've literally already seen all of this stuff at another place.
It's just chuggy. That's
yes,
the word. Yeah.
And it's all like Chinese made, super cheap. Which something being Chinese made doesn't mean it's bad, but like mass manufactured that they literally got off of like Amazon or Temu. And there's no, I don't know. It just pisses me off. Okay, I'm ranting. I don't need to have a reason. Okay, but the other thing is, I've been buying CDs now. I've been buying a lot more CDs because literally I'm just having the realization where it's like these companies are all evil. You have like Meta rolling back DEI practices, and these music streaming companies like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, they literally can decide anytime when they want to just pull the plug. You no longer have access to this music library. Like Spotify could go under, and that's it. You just do not own any of the music you have. And I'm like, damn, I want to be like owning the albums that I really enjoy, that I really like. So I bought after the Brat, after the Charli concert, I literally went and brought the Brat CD.
Oh, cool.
And then I
it's
just
like having a bunch of books, like a book library.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like I do that with vinyl as well. But I just got a CD player and I'm like, ooh, CDs are like easier to store.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like also the sound quality is better. Like I know it depends on what record player you have, but I do like that you can listen to the whole album all the way through. And like mostly if I'm listening on Spotify or something, it won't do that.
No, I get you.
It's cool. It like forces you to like actually listen to it the way it was meant to be.
Yes, and we got ownership of this stuff, okay? Like I feel like we're in the era of you don't own things, you just pay a subscription. And I'm like, no, I want to have stuff that I enjoy so that in 10,000 years, not 10,000 years, so that like when I'm old and like I have grandchildren and they're like,
did you just come out as a vampire?
Oh my God. But
it's true. Oh my God. She's finally admitted the vampire rumors.
Yeah. But no, but I like, I'm trying to buy more physical media and the albums that I really enjoy. So rant done. That's the end of that. It was kind of short, but whatevs. Let's get on to New York's Hottest Club. Which I have to, guys, New York's Hottest Club is the Uber at 3 a.m. getting back from going out. And honestly, I think we've said this before.
Oh my God, it's so fun though.
It just happened.
Deserves a second one.
Literally, it just happened to me where I was like, I have 2 drinks, and then I'm like, I cannot have any more. I cannot have any more than 2 drinks because I will
That is financially responsible.
It is great. It is honestly amazing. And so me and Noah, shout out, we're at the 2 Boots in the East Village. Also, we go in. There's these 2 girls in front of us who are kind of blocking the way, but we don't know if they're in line. And like someone in the back of the counter goes, "Oh, can you move over? I think those people are trying to go through." Well,
Jackie, I love that.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And they move over and they're like, "Oh my God, we're sorry." And I'm like, "You're good, you're good." And then with my back turned, one of the girls goes, "Oh my God, that jacket's so great." And I think she was being nice and saying she really liked the jacket. But I was
You can't
drunk.
tell.
And no, literally I was about to be like, fight me right now. Like, fight me right now. Like, what do you mean my jacket's like, it felt so backhanded to me. And I literally was like, Noah.
You hold me back.
No, but I was like, I don't know if I think she was being nice, but in the moment, I literally was like, what'd you say, bitch? I didn't say that to her, but
that's the kind of thing that someone yells out that you're like, I don't know if I'm justified in fighting you or not.
Well, of course, like I wouldn't ever say anything, but I was just like.
So you're a pushover.
Yeah. No,
guys,
I'm not.
If you see us in person, you can say anything you want to.
That is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. But I'm leaving and I'm like, if I'm in Manhattan, I'm usually always going to take the train.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me just check Uber. It was like $30, which I will pay that at 2 a.m.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, I budget to the Uber home usually because it's like.
If I'm in Brooklyn, I will Uber home.
Manhattan is like, how far? How far are we talking? If I'm really at the very bottom and it's like.
Exactly.
We'll see that. We'll see.
But I'm in this Uber. So peaceful, so quiet. And I wasn't even on my phone the whole time. I just looked out the window, literally the whole trip being like, I don't know, not a thought in my brain.
Nice. I love
not a
that.
thought in my brain. Like
it's one of my favorite things when you get to Uber from Manhattan to Brooklyn, especially especially when you're a little drunk.
I'm going over the bridge. I'm like, my life's so amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm literally, it's like Party in the USA is in my brain. And I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, oh my God, this city is so great.
No, I look at it, I'm like, this is like Gotham. I'm in like a movie right now.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing that I will say, like, never kill, like, it never dies out. Like, I've been here 6-7 years, and like that drunk Uber home, it's like, wow, oh my gosh, this is what dreams are made of.
No, and I feel like that's why I'm gonna stay here for so long, because I just have such an appreciation, you know.
You're not like other girls.
I'm not like other girls, you know.
One thing on the getting like drunk easily, I don't know what's happened to me. Maybe it was just one cider that I've been having, but like one cider gets me like tipsy.
Oh yeah,
like,
were you texting?
Yeah. Oh my God,
You're
no.
like royal.
Well, apparently that one is like a 9% cider, but like it's like Sour Monkey or something. And I was I had 2 ciders, and I didn't know. I was just thinking it was gonna be a chill night, and I was like, royal, I'm drunk. But like these ciders I've been having, I think I'm like getting more into a lightweight.
Interesting.
Because after work I'll have
on your wallet though.
Yeah, no, fantastic. After work I'll be getting a cider, and Max will come join me after, because like we finish at different times. But I'll be like one cider ahead of him, and I'm like, hey. I'm like getting tipsy and like hitting on him. Yeah. I'm like, do you come here often? Yeah. Or we're like around the corner from our place.
He's like, get off of me.
No, I'm literally so aggressively hitting on my boyfriend. I'm like, you're looking hot.
Oh my God.
Anyway, all right. What was the second hottest club?
Oh, I thought you want to do that. Okay. New York Ballet, which does, if you're under 30, you get tickets for $30.
We did it with our friend Zoe.
Yes.
And oh my God. Lovely experience.
They gave us like orchestra seats, which are usually like $150, $200.
Yeah, we had like best seats in the house.
It was amazing. And I like wrote down, I think it's an amazing idea, because I think it gets the younger generation to go and see performing arts.
There was a whole bunch of old farts when we went, and I felt so cultured, and like we got to have a little drink before, which I tripped and fell.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, and they're
spilled
like,
it all over.
You can't bring the drink in, so it's about to start, so they're like chugging their drink.
Yeah,
so
and of course I got like a prosecco because I was like, oh, that's the vibe, and then I'm chugging bubbles, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw up.
I'm so done.
It was so lovely. We had so much fun. Highly recommend doing that.
More places need to do that. I think it's the same type of thing with you know, when the museums do pay what you want.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
I literally have gone to the Met countless, you know, like more than 15, 20 times since I've lived here, because I'm like, oh my God, of course I'm going to go if I'm paying $1, and then I can just see as much as I want. And you could be like, well, you need to donate and give them money. No. They have 9,000 rich benefactors.
I was just going to say that, I will pay like $1 and Max will get mad at me. And I'm like, no. Why? I'm poor.
This $25, I'm like, come on. That is not, I would literally rather take $25 and give it to like the people who are standing in the galleries, like the museum people. I'm like, they need that more.
Why does the Met Gala, I mean, not Met Gala, but why does the Met need money from me? Okay, I'm poor.
Every single plaque is like, these flowers are from the David W. Johnson, like, death fund or whatever, like whatever they call
whatever
it.
Rich dude, like, no. Like, okay, that paying a lot of money to the gala or to the Met or the museum is not for me to do. No, I get to. I'm holding. I'm holding that. You guys get my $1, and percentage wise, like that is a lot. Okay,
I'm still looking at the prices at the grocery store. Okay, I don't think I should be paying.
Yeah, I'm deciding whether I can afford eggs this week.
Yeah, okay?
Literally. Like, let's not.
Oh my God. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, well, my next one is one that you told me. So, but I think that this is a super cool idea. It's art. Okay, Project Thorns, which last time we were at the park we were like hanging out, and I don't remember how we got into the subject, but
I was talking about the pepper spray, curry pepper spray.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really hard in New York to get pepper spray because you have to ship it in.
No, you can't ship it in.
Well, that's how I have mine. Allegedly,
or at least you can't buy it.
You can't buy it into New York. You have to like, I don't know, go from out of state and bring it in. Or there is like one very specific type of pepper spray you can have.
There's certain places you have to go. A lot of times they're like police equipment stores, which I'm like, girl, I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, so I was like asking Royal how she got hers.
Yeah, so I can't remember exactly how I found out about it. I think it might have been through it's called Trans Revolutionary Action Network, which go follow them on Instagram. And I think maybe they put something out, or some trans organization that was like, listen, if you're trans non-binary or if you're a woman, we're giving out free pepper spray. And all you'll have to do is fill out this form, and it was called Project Thorns. I tried looking it up because I got it 2 years ago. I got it in 2023, which now that I'm remembering that, I'm like, damn, I probably need to like get a new one. But I just thought it was so amazing. And these are the types of things where it's like, no, they do recognize that trans people are at a greater risk for bodily harm, for violence. Yeah. And you're giving it to free. You're also recognizing that all trans people may not have enough money or just have the time to go out and buy pepper spray. I think it was so great that they're doing it.
It was genuinely saving people's lives.
Absolutely. It makes a marked difference.
Just also the feeling of feeling safe.
Absolutely.
Slightly safer wherever you are because you have this. But yeah, I don't know if this organization is still alive, but like, this is something that I think it's like such a huge thing in charity. Like, if you donate, you don't actually know what it's helping or whatever. Right. So for this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is something you've actually benefited from. And so badly, I'm like, if MF, please take off so we can do things like this or partner with them. Or like, if, I don't know, I'd love to like create.
We will be lifting up the dolls. Yeah. Let me tell you, that is like, gonna be my thing. Yeah. I totally, listen guys, we're gonna start doing merch, and we want to find a good cause. Like, Tran is actually a good one. I feel like I want to work with just some trans organization that like literally helps trans people, and you can see a difference like specifically in their life, because like you're saying, you donate to some place, you don't know where the money's going from. If I am donating to some company, or a charity, I want to get involved. I want to literally be like, I want to go to your offices and I want to talk to your people and I want to ask you hard questions and say, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you making sure this? Like,
I feel like it's such a simple idea and it saves people's lives. Absolutely. It's so important. And it's like, this is directly helping people who are impacted by violence.
Completely.
So I would feel like I would absolutely love to be able to be in a position where we can help.
That's the goal.
Yeah. We want to be there for the girls and the dolls, and that's our dream. So.
And we're going to play this clip when we do it, and we're going to be like, we had this on day one.
Yeah, okay? Speaking it into existence. Episode 9.
We're
go
such
like
good
that
people.
Freaking button so we can do that.
Like the video. Okay, we're so virtuous. Okay, we don't think about ourselves. We're so humble.
I know. Once we get so rich, that 0.0001% is going to charity.
Oh my god!
Cut that out. Cut that out.
That's dated. Showing your true colors.
I know, when we inevitably break up, and
oh my god,
you're gonna be like, "See, you're gonna cut this clip." And be like, "See what a bitch you was."
Yeah, I'm gonna have so much blackmail.
I know. All right. Well, this was a joke. That part's
exactly.
gonna cut out.
We're joking. Okay. Everyone's so woke these days. Can't take a joke. Can't say anything anymore.
As the woke podcast. All right. Media Rex,
bitch. What do you think I have? The Pink Panthers album. Go listen to it. You don't understand. I was listening to it yesterday. I go to the park with Zoe, and literally I'm just like laying down, and I'm like, I gotta listen to this album. I put my headphones in, and literally halfway through I take them out, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god, this her production, like legitimately, she needs to be in the list of like the greatest producers of all time, because
That's
just
high
makes
praise.
these
I love that.
amazing tracks. Literally listen to the album front to back, and it just, girl, it'll make you want to get up and dance. It literally just fills me with glee and happiness. And
Wow, filling you with glee. I love that.
it
That's such like
fills
an
me with
old
glee,
fashioned
okay? Like, I know.
as term. I love that. I'm filled with glee.
But love you, Pink Panthers girl, but not in like a weird
like stalker.
yeah, like parasocial relationship way. Okay.
Yeah, like I find your work great. And that's
exactly.
cool.
I find your work great. Okay. And the style. You're our Y2K queen, girl.
Yes.
You're our Y2K queen.
We love a diva with her own aesthetic. And
Exactly. But go listen to it. It'll be linked below. Do you got Media Rex?
The only thing I can say, which I had kind of mentioned, was Real Housewives of Atlanta. I started that last night, and it just made me giggle so much. One of the girls, for some reason with all the Real Housewives, I start them at the latest season and then go backwards. I think the quality is such a difference between seasons.
That's so
and
funny.
It's like a weird, like I get to know them from like how they are now to how they used to be. I don't know why. It's weird, but I'm on season 16, and this like I guess it's a newer girl because they're like just introducing her, and she was talking about how her husband like fell in love with her because she took a giant shit at his house, and she was like, "This man loved me so much. Next time I was there, he had wipes." I don't know why it was like dying laughing, snorting at that. So I was like,
riveting
great
content.
Advice. Yeah,
riveting content.
Yeah, so like the difference between us two, I love my trash TV. And so if you want trash TV, go talk to me.
There we go. We go.
Anyway, we'll close it out there.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Like the video. Okay, like the video.
As we said, we're trying to blow up. And
yes.
Give back to charity.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So if you don't subscribe to us and like the video, you actually hate donating to charity. Follow us on Instagram. Follow MF on Instagram. We're doing more stuff. We got some nice kind of just like, some carousels of, here are some great looks. Here's some funny shoes.
Yeah.
Vanessa's
some kind of like
great.
Sneak peeks add to like fashion news and
Exactly.
stuff. Follow our TikTok too.
Follow the TikTok.
I've been crushing with music choices apparently. So.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Bye.